More than 50,000 hours have now been spent searching for Sierra Lamar. If you know the case, you know Sierra was taken from her bus stop in Morgan Hill, California. It was already a tough year moving there after her parents' divorce, but she actually had plans that morning to exchange makeup with a new friend before school. She last posted this selfie at 7 a.m. after getting dressed, with her mom already having left for work. As we know, Sierra would have headed out about 10 minutes later for the unmarked bus stop just for her. It was about a half-mile away, but completely surrounded by farmland, and as you can see, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Her bus came by at 7:25 that morning like it always did, but this time the street was empty. Now, come early evening, Marlene came home from work and, of course, couldn't find Sierra anywhere. The initial thought was that maybe she'd gone out with friends, but after calling around, she learned that she was absent all day. Marlene immediately reported her youngest daughter missing, as she would have done like 10 hours before. Now, from here, police finally began their investigation, but while they initially found that Sierra's phone was dead, it suddenly started turning on and off at 3:45 a.m. It's believed that water from the ground tricked the phone into thinking it was charging, and after tracking the pings to a nearby field, officers found it. It was reportedly clear it was thrown out of a moving vehicle, confirming everyone's worst fears. With thoughts of foul play, officers then began to look at offenders in the area, including 250 of them in a 5-mile radius, and Sierra's father. They had reportedly cleared him and were in the process of clearing everyone else when they got their next lead. On Sunday morning, they found more of Sierra's belongings. In a cactus on another nearby property, there was Sierra's pink and black juicy backpack that she left the house with Friday morning. Even worse, when officers opened it up, all of her personal belongings were inside. This included all of the clothing and undergarments she had been wearing that day, leading everyone to believe that at this point, they may be looking for a body. From here, officers searched 300 square miles in hopes of finding Sierra. Nothing came of it, but after 3 more weeks, DNA tests would reveal that 21-year-old Antolin Torres was a match. He was actually never prosecuted for his felony assault charge, so it was just chance he was in the system. As police would learn, Antolin lived 7 miles away in Maple Leaf RV Park with his toddler and his pregnant wife. Officers went to talk to him right away, but when asked if he had a connection to Sierra, he, quote, laughed and then said, "I doubt it." They had no choice but to let him go, but they weren't even close to done with him. They had 2 detectives pose as a couple and move into the trailer across the street in an effort to get more information. Again, as we know, these detectives found nothing from watching Antolin, but they were able to confirm that he left the trailer park 20 minutes before Sierra disappeared. They decided to keep on him and keep digging, and that is when they found 3 unsolved attempted abductions that he was connected to. All 3 women were attacked in their cars at the Safeway where Antolin worked, and after retesting evidence from those cases, it also came back as a match. With that, and over 2 months since Sierra's disappearance, Antolin was questioned again. This time he tried to say his DNA could be on Sierra's belongings because he threw out a dirty tissue right where her stuff was found. He was arrested in a matter of days. In the end, Antolin was convicted of Sierra's murder, along with the attempted abductions of those 3 other women. But to this day, he maintains his innocence and refuses to tell anyone what he did with Sierra.